For those of you that just joined us, our guest of today is a graphic designer that everybody knows. He always uses green. I think he's one of the most honorable citizen of Nigeria that I know because, like, for green to be your favorite color and you always it means a lot. Coming from a country that has green as its flag. So yeah, I'm going to be introducing him. I don't know if he's here, but yeah, I'm going to be introducing him. It's CC the creator. So today's topic is going to be on how graphic design can help you pay, or if it's even possible for graphic design to help you pay. Are we sure that those goals are not actually taken up life? So at the end of this season or session, you should know whether graphic design will be able to pay your bills or not. So yeah, let's begin. I just let you speak. So,
Yo,
all right, we can hear you. Say, yeah, this is how it's going to be, right? I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to be asking you some questions. Just your own view, right? It's not like general view of what people think. Just your own view. Some of them are going to be like personal questions, but in an hour or two, we should be done with everything.
all right, no
So
problem. Yeah.
I'm not going to. Uh, I think I should ask you your name because, like, even I don't know like your real name. Just know you as CC, right? Like, what's your name? Aside from CC, what can we call you? Or is it only CC we can call you?
Actually, Sisi is actually my name. I think most people know me as Sisi more than they do know me like my real name. So my real name is Divine. Divine Chibweze. That's where one of the C is coming from. It's coming from the Chibweze, yeah.
So you are an Igbo man. Say Igbo people would like business very well.
Proudly,
They know how to
proudly
do
Igbo.
business.
Proudly Igbo, yes.
I guess so. Yeah, let's begin.
All right.
So let's begin without wasting much time. The first question I'm going to be asking is, when did you realize that graphic design could actually earn you money? Because for me, like when I started graphic design, I did not even know that people would pay for it. But after a while, that I knew. So for you, when did you know that we pay money?
Okay, actually, the design for me has been something I just started just for, let's say, just to have something doing at first. Then I think when I recognize that design is actually something that I can earn a living from was around 2023. Yes, I think I had a conversation with somebody and the person were like, okay, I think I saw a document of highest paid designers. I think it was listed like designers were being paid 2 million, or like someone is in 2 million naira from graphic design as a graphic designer. I was like, okay, I'll get to this level one day. So that was it for me.
That's actually nice. My own experience, I just figured that people were paying for it. I don't even know how I knew. So the people just reached out to me that they wanted to pay me. That's how I knew.
They
So
wanted
like,
to pay you.
but actually, it was family people first. They were just like, I want to pay you, so let me design that kind of thing. So like, at what point, at what point in your graphic design career did you stop? Did you stop taking design like a side hustle, and you realize that was a real business?
Okay, I think that was 2023. Yes, it was when I think my Instagram page have started getting traction and people started following me for like they were like, I like the way you do it, the way you arrange your page, the way you do things. Then I started getting gigs from Instagram. That was when everything got serious for me. Like when I started getting gigs from Instagram. So I was like, if I can get this thing, I had like three brands I was working with monthly then. So like, if I can work with these people, at least I know that every month so some amount is sure for me. So I had to structure myself in a way that I could be able to work and still be able to do school because I was a student then. So that was it for me.
You don't know how lucky you are. We are a student. Some of us are still students. It's nice though. We'll get there. Then
Yeah.
another question I want to ask is, what made you say, like, what made you really think, okay, this design they fail, that kind of, like, what gave you that feeling?
Um, I think it's when how much did I even get from that gig? I was not expecting to get that amount of money from that particular project I was working on. I just decided to charge the person. I was like, "What's your budget?" And the person gave me a budget like that was out of what I initially thought like I could charge the person initially. I was like, so if someone can pay this social amount for something like this, something this little, I know people will be able to pay more for if I'm offering more to them. So that was it for me. I was like, if I can get such amount of money from this small thing I just did for this person, I know if I should add that, I'll get paid more. So that was how it happened for me.
You know what I think? I feel like every designer, they have that breaking point when they want to charge for a particular gig. They're having a specific amount, and all of a sudden, the client just tell them, this is what I had in mind. And what they had in mind is literally just bigger than your original thought. I feel like everybody faces this. It's rare, very rare to talk to designer that have not faced this. Like a point where you wanted to charge, let's say, about 30,000, and then the client is telling that their budget is 70. The craziest thing even happened to me recently. I gave a client a price, and the client was saying it's too cheap. Like, things are really happening, right? Things are happening. Then another question I want to ask is, your highest gig so far. How did you land it, and what platform? Like, how did it happen?
Okay, I think my highest paid gig came from a client I met on Twitter. At least I met someone, I met a lady on Twitter that just contacted me from Twitter, and she was like, she wants to work with me. Then we had to just do a sample design, and she paid for that. Then we've been working. Then she later introduced me to her boss, like her boss. Then her boss was working on maybe side project that was not part of the what we were working for the brand. Then I think that's my highest speed. That was how I got it through a referral from the owner of the company I was working for at that moment. So that was how it came from Twitter. Twitter, it did not come from Twitter actually. It came from a relationship I built with someone that I was working with that I got from Twitter. So did you see the connection?
Somehow we still say it came from Twitter. I think most the graphic designers that I've seen, like, people close this from every platform, right? But like Twitter clients
Yes.
they are good. Let me just put it that way. Like,
I think
they
I think it's
understand what
because
they're doing.
I think it's
It's not a
because
slow.
most people I think there are a lot of entrepreneurs on Twitter. I think mostly tech people on Twitter. And I think I don't even actually think that it's because it's Twitter. I think you can get them from anywhere, from your WhatsApp, Snapchat. I think someone was saying he got a gig from Snapchat, a high paying foreign client from Snapchat. I was like, wow, Snapchat that I just used to snap picture and all that. So I
It's
don't
all
think it's
depends on
platform with
it depends on your positioning. Because some people they
yes
use
actually.
Instagram to post memes and other forms of content. But like on Twitter, I think everybody's just business minded. That's why it's like that.
Yeah,
All right.
for me, I think Twitter, because people just come out and they're living their life freely. Like you're free to post, okay, this is what I'm working on at the moment. You don't have to package it as well as Instagram is. You have to you have to create your carousels, you have to do this. Twitter, you just come and say what your mind, speak your mind. People want to there's these people that we work for, they want to know you, like they want to know who they are working with. Oh, this person, okay, he has this view of okay, he's against cultism, or he has this. They just like Twitter is just somewhere that you can post anything, like people just want to get to know the person that is working for them. I think that was it for me because I from the post that the person contacted me from, it was just a post I just shared something casual like about design, and I was like, okay, yeah, can you work on this for me? And that was it.
I can relate to that, and I feel like I know, not that I feel like that. Sometimes I saw a quote recently that people don't want to work with you because of what you do. They want to work with you because of who you are. And it's true when you think of it because a lot of people are graphic designers, some even better than you are. But like people work with you because of what you do and how you do it. They say it's not what you do, exactly. It's not what you do, but it's how you do it. A lot of people do many things. You can be selling pure water, another person selling pure water, but how you sell differentiates you from the market. Yeah, that's another one. Then, was there ever a
Yes.
moment where you felt like you could literally live off graphic design? Like you just felt like, okay, from graphic design I can live my life. For me, I think there was a moment, just a moment. But was there ever any that moment for you?
Okay, you mean when I like, okay, I can actually make a living from graphic design. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that kind of right.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually at that point, like, I'm actually at that point in my life that, okay, yes, it's something that can sustain me here for now. Yes, it can sustain me in as much as I'm a greedy somebody. I want more for myself. I wouldn't want to stop here. Want to have other investments aside from design that will be getting money here. But graphic design can actually graphic design has been leaving to school, paying my school fees and all. Like it's been graphic design all the way. I'm just a graphic designer for now. Like that's basically where I get my money from. So it's I'm at that point in my
I think
life that graphic design can actually do it for me.
a lot of people find that hard to believe that graphic design actually is. But the fact is, graphic design does a lot more than people think. Through graphic design, I rented where I'm staying right now. Everything that I got literally from graphic design. Even when I started, I had no laptop. But today, the laptop I had was from graphic design and everything. So yeah, it goes a lot farther than people think.
Yeah,
So
I think why people have that mindset about graphic design is that initially graphic design was something that we just have people that are going to printing press, all those kind of things. Like graphic design started from before the evolution that people are doing branding and making all these kind of designs that are mind blowing. So it was just something that those people that work on printing press, all those kind of design. That's if you mention graphic design to anybody now, that's the first thing that will come to their mind. But I think designers now are working hard and we are reshaping that mentality people have about designers because for me, if you should tell somebody I'm a graphic designer, I'll be like graphic design, like how? Like they don't even believe that somebody can be living comfortable with graphic design. So it's very, very bad. And I know that designers are working hard to change that narrative, like from what I've been seeing on Twitter and all.
although I've been, there was a time when I started graphic design, I was shy to tell people that I was a graphic designer because like, how would I explain myself? When somebody saying I'm this, I'm that, then you're just saying you're a graphic. But after a while, after I understood like what my job was, I was not shy. Like anybody asked me what you do, I tell them I'm not really shy to do it. Because if you see somebody as a content creator, they will still tell you that I'm a content creator, so why should you be shy? It's paying you, you're not asking that for anything, you're not getting what to do. So I will teaching your work, so you should not be shy of saying. Just for the way
Yeah,
you're doing, don't be shy. So that
it's not actually that straightforward. Like just say you're graphic. I think that's when most people now if you ask them what do you do, say like I'm a brand designer, I'm a visual designer, I'm a creative designer. Nobody saying I'm a graphic designer again. I think majorly it's just that the graphic design has a bad PR. Like the name graphic designer has a very, very bad PR. Like in as much as we are trying to change the narrative, but it does. So most people now tend to say, I'm a brand designer, I'm a visual designer. So we just have to know that in anyone we are still doing, we are all still graphic designers, and we should just fight to make sure that the name graphic design has influence and all.
yeah, graphic design is broad. It's broad actually. Graphic design
Yeah,
is just like a general inside it, there are other branches. So I'm a graphic designer, you get to know what branch, then know what you want. I'm a graphic designer in all. Then I don't know, did you start your career from 2K design, or was it just straight up getting? Like,
Everyone started from 2K design. I think everyone started from charging 2K, even free design at first. Like there was a time I was just doing. Yeah, it was. I think when I started design was when this logo that we have this logo type that you just put someone's image, you put the name, Amaka's collection, you see images and you call it a logo design. I think that was when that was around that time I started design around 20, was it
okay, you
2020 or
did
so?
the
Yes.
class mock-up.
Yes, that mock up that people call logo there, that whole mock up, that was when it was as at the peak that every time I was like, there was this guy I was following on Instagram. Then the guy used to post every time he's doing like he has many people that he's working for. I was like, how when will I be doing this? I think he was charging 1.5 per logo like there. And he was posting on the page. So every time you see him, I was like, when will I be having so much this thing like 1.5 for then it was like the guy was living a life for me then like 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 for and every day he was posting new ones that he did for clients. So then it was just like when will I reach this level that I'll be posting this 1.5 design, I'll be 2K then 1.5 or 2K then. So it was like the more you go, the more you see that okay, yeah, I've gotten to this point now you want to go higher. So I think everyone, all of us, we did start from 2K. People that started there because charging 10K then as in charging 5K sef was even a big thing. Like charging 5K for a flyer design then was like, this guy the hot. So that was it.
All right. My advice to the viewers, well, regardless of what you're, whether you're starting out, don't get, just start doing. I know I did not do what I'm about to tell you, but like, don't charge 2K. At least just go up to like 5K. I know it's going to still sound
Yeah.
cool, but that's not how I started. I started from 500 grams. So if you are starting today, I did not start in 2025. I started in 2025. You want to start that? Don't put in charge right. Make this secure. But if you say 5K, they will beat it down. Start from 6K now. They beat it right. So if you are starting today, start like this. My advice is you. So now the question: how did you go from charging 2K like anymore? Did you get my question? Can you still hear me? I said,
It
how
was
did
it
you go
was more
from
like
charging
a
2K?
mentality shift for me. Like I had to. Yeah, I did get your question. Yes. I say for me, it was more like a mentality shift. I just knew I had to do something different. Like I was in making money then. Like when I started posting on my Instagram, I was getting clients, but the clients. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm talking. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know if you can hear me now. I'm trying to speak. I don't know whether you can hear me. Someone should let me know if you can hear me. So I know. All right, no
I
problem.
believe I
So
can
I
hear
was
you.
saying that yeah, it was more like a mentality shift for me. Like I had to just shift my mind from I knew that I was making money then, but I just knew I wanted more for myself. Like what I was making was not sustainable then. So I just had to try and change my mindset and also to reposition myself because then I was just posting random design like designs I was posting. I was attracting the same type of people like the type of designs I was posting. I was just attracting all the people that are selling something on WhatsApp and all. So it's all changed when I knew I had to reposition myself as somebody that can work for these big clients that I'm trying to attract. So I had to change my posting style, the way I post, the kind of designs I post. I don't just most of the designs I work on, I don't just put them on my page like that. I have to look for a way to present them like to be very, very nice and looking like something that is worth paying a higher amount for. Yeah, for me, it was more like positioning myself well and yeah, it was more like packaging myself well, like because I had to if you check on my page now, if I'm presenting any of my logos, I don't just present them like that, I just post my logo. I have to draw and do motion designs for them. I have to do carousels for them and presenting mock-ups and all. So they want like presentation, packaging, and just positioning yourself as someone that can handle this type of clients then when they come. So
Yeah, the thing is, most people is not. A lot of people think if I keep doing what I'm doing, it change the people. But the truth is, people must do time. If you are doing people must time to get people, you don't get by that you do to be your however you do. So you have to the first quote I thought is here. You keep doing the same thing, you still get so at some point you have to change how you do what you do. Like I said before, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Some of us are doing it, think they are actually what right. But then how we do it matters. That's why a lot of people are singing, but there's artists that go over. There's not by the song, but how you sing. Yeah, that brings us this question, which is something that a lot of us can think. Many designers, including myself, started out. There are times that clients just for and it kind of waste your time to ask you about the service and feel like I've never thought about. Or sometimes you will ask to look through full design sample and you do the sample, then you never get it. So does this ever stop? Or how do you like change this? Like how do you stop this type of thing? Of the, I don't know if it ever stops, yeah, but if it stops for you, how do you
Okay, I think for this one now it's about how you handle your client, like the clients onboarding and all. Because I think if you say something about taking graphic design as your business. So if it's a business, it is a business. You don't just handle it like that. Let's say someone comes to you and like I want a design. Then the person wants, you're like coming to someone's shop and you want something free. You want to test my food first before I get to buy the food from me. So the person will be like, oh, no, this is not how I say. If you want to buy my food, at least buy a small portion first. Then if the small portion is okay, then you can get a bigger portion if that's what you want. So that's the same way you should handle your design. If someone comes to me now, like I need a sample design from you before I will be able to work, I would like go and check my. I already sent you my portfolio to check my portfolio, and you've seen some of the design. You know that I can handle this project. But this one now, in cases whereby let's say this is something like okay, this is a project you want to work on, and I don't have anything on my portfolio that can say that okay, I can work on this project, and it's a project I really want to work on. Sometimes I will just have to do it out of the goodness of my heart, like it's just that I want to learn this particular gig. But in the term that you have already done that kind of project before, there is no need for you to do this to prove yourself that you can handle them. They should pay you for the one you are working on. Personally, for me, I will always tell them if you want something like this, pay me, then pay me for one. If the one is okay, then we can talk about working for a larger scale or something like that. Don't just because you want to learn the client, then you are doing free designs like that. You already done like two designs and you're saying you don't like it. Later you see them posting the same design that they said they don't like. So treat design like your business. Know how you know the times that you can compromise, because there are some clients you should compromise for. Let's say some one that happened recently. There was this particular people that came to me or like they want to work with me, and I had nothing. I did not have that kind of project on my portfolio, so I had to just work with them because they were the kind of brand that I would want to work with. Personally, for me, I would want to work with them. And it's not actually everybody that you would want to work with. If you are working, if you are trying to structure yourself as a business, there's some kind of clients that come to you and you reject the project. So for that one, I wanted to work with them, but I did not have anything to show that I can do this thing. So I had to just take on the project for my like this is me trying to pitch myself to them that I can do this thing. So but if it's in another case, in another scenario, I would not want to do a free design first before accepting the project. So we should try to know when we can compromise and when we can't.
start from compromising, knowing when to compromise? It's,
Yes.
it's you. Like even till now, right? You get like they want something, but I still do the stuff. It's not all crime. It's not all crime. There are times that just from how you just have to study aside from crime and there are some things that have clients communication. You know, when you talk to somebody, you already know this how to just from talking to someone. Like even if your instinct is telling you that you trust someone, like, you can feel it. But aside from your instinct, you, you have a project like that. Recently, there's a client that reached out to me. We talked everything. So after they sent the details, I came to try. Told me that he would get back to me. So I already made the design. I didn't tell the client. I did not make it for them. I just liked the idea. So I already made the design. So waiting. Whenever he comes back, if he does not come back, for my own portfolio. So like I'm making design for a client before we start design this week. So there's a design that's just sitting there. I made it for the client. The client is not aware. I just made it. We already talked. Say it go back. I just made the kind of. So me, I always do it for my portfolio. But I do something like that. Don't do it like I use my skill. I learn to do that. That's how I like it. If you think, but if you have this mindset anytime that a client asks you to do something that I do because you want to get paid, or I do because you really need that kind of stuff, then you are getting it forward. But that's how it is. The other thing of it, you are doing it because you enjoy doing it, because you need that kind of project, or because you want to learn a thing. So there are times that I see some defects, and I don't use them until I see the chance. But maybe get chance to do kind. So that's my own thing. So we have been talking about the good times in being a design, and usually there are also pros and cons. Right? It's easy to say you're a graphic designer, not, uh, not just a graphic designer, creative in general. Not the 95, get creative, blah, blah. Also, those of you that are not here, that have only played for time, they're also bad that like you stay and for a while, a lot of things, income will not be that consistent. But you face it sometimes. Everybody, I think everybody does. Even if you are getting consistent income, not like as much. I think everybody faces it. So like, did you ever feel like quitting when that kind of thing happens?
Okay, I think what most people don't understand is that there always times and seasons. Like there is time that okay there is everything in there is time that everything is just there. You're getting clients and sometimes no one is coming. So I think what I do most time is just that whenever I don't have clients, because like recently there was a time I was not working, like I did not have any work for any paid work for myself. Then I was just working on trying to work on side projects. Then this period, anytime I don't have anything, I don't have client work, I just try to work on side projects to keep myself busy. Or if in terms of money, that maybe that time you don't have enough money, you have to. This is something that is business. If I have money, and I have money that I keep aside for periods like this that there is nothing coming in, because there will be time that you stay and you don't have money coming in from some clients. Okay, I'll get back to you, or some of them you're not working with them again. But aside from that, it's always good to have clients that you keep on a monthly basis. Like that should be what you should be looking for as a freelance graphic designer. You should have clients that can maybe monthly, at least every month, you're sure that certain amount is coming to you from this particular, even if the amount is not much, at least let's say you have someone that is paying 50K, 100K for every month. At least you know that okay, this one can, at least I can survive with this one for the month till I get gigs coming in again. So when the times that I've been in this period, I just tend to like the time that I was just going, I was looking for how are these people making money, where are they? Because I don't do code DM. I hardly send people message. I'm like I want to work for you. Yeah. But at the time I was very, very down. I had to start sending messages to Brown. I'm like reaching out to Brown like, can I work with you? Can I do this? I can do this design for you. I can do design for you. I think I sent over like 20. Even that 20 was hard for me to send there because I don't like asking people for work. And then but I think only one came in that time. I took a course on code DM that time, how to send code DM, how to do this, how to do that. I think I only got one person there. So it was when life gives you lemon, you make lemon. So there, if it's in that case, just try to get out of your comfort zone, look for ways to get more clients, or start learning. If you're not someone that is surviving solely on graphic design, use that period and learn. Because there are most times that when you start getting clients, you see that you cannot even have chance again to work on yourself. You cannot have chance again to work on your personal project. So in those times, try and work on personal projects, build your portfolio, arrange your portfolio. Me now, for a long while now, I've not touched my portfolio. I've not even posted anything on my portfolio because I've been very, very busy with client work. So that's how it happens most times. So we should try to learn to balance this period. When you have more clients, you can focus on work. When you don't have clients, you can work on yourself. Visit your Instagram page. I've abandoned my Instagram page for a long while because I've been so busy with work. I don't even have time to keep up the pace I had then when I had chance. So that's it. You should learn to balance this time deck when you have and when you don't have.
You know, now that we're talking about lots of this contrary, sometimes designers, from my experience, I've seen designers that they have this client that's paying them, let's say the retainer client is paying them monthly, whatever the time frame is. And because of that client, they stop searching for that. Client just reach out to them and get out, I don't want you. They just push it every other time. But the thing is, there is a mistake that comes to this. There is an error like that comes to this. You see, like you are balanced, you are okay. Wherever life that you are living, okay, you have this client that I'm working with every single time. Then if once you are comfortable, once you are in your comfort zone, something bad definitely happens. Because that client may leave, their business may, even if they don't leave, at some point you realize that wow, not the purpose of it. So like even if you have the best client in the world, paying like I don't know how much they're paying you monthly. If a client still comes, let me tell you the secret of it. Never, I say, never ignore any dollar or any naira. If you have a client that is paying you well and is sustainable, if you start getting, if you get another person that needs project, don't say, okay, go have this one, go get out. Look for a way that you can still, except the pricing is not your own. But like if the price is your own, look for a way that you can still get from it. Right? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like even if it's to get it from those people, like outsource the work from that person, that can still work. But my
Yeah,
point is, okay, yeah, talk.
yeah, I do get what you're saying, but like, I think I want to ask. Let's say in a situation now. Let's say you have this project that you're working on. You know that you can't take more projects here, and this project comes to you, and maybe the pay is less than what you're charging. What should you do in that kind of situation? Because I was actually faced with a similar case like this. Because I have a brand I'm working with. At the moment, I said I'm busy with their work and taking more clients again that are not going to be paying me like up to the amount that people are paying me now. I know what I can do is to maybe pass them on to another person. But let's say the person they want you to work with them. What do you have to do in that kind of scenario now?
In that kind of scenario, like you should tell them that you are no chance. Or give to me, I give everybody time. If it's not my price, then you cannot work, even if I'm busy or I'm not busy. If I don't have anything, whether I have something doing, I don't have something doing. What you cannot agree, you cannot come to a common thing. Okay, this is what you're going to pay. This one. Once you cannot come to a common ground, like you cannot work. So whether I'm busy or I'm not busy, that does not change it. But if it's my price and let's say the work that I'm not going more to me, then I'll give you okay, I'm working from now to no time. You get your design, so time. If you are okay with it to work, if you are not patient, you have to. That's how I do it.
All right, that's okay. Yeah.
So as a designer that was starting out or anything, what mistakes would you say you made? Although I know you made a carousel about this one time, but I see you're just telling us now. Like, what mistake would you say? That's it.
I think starting out, one of the mistakes you would make when starting out is to say, like, let's say settling down, like niching down. I think niching down is a mistake that most designers make. Like, this is going to be very, very controversial because some people say niche down, niche down, niche down. I think when you're starting out as a designer, I think you should try almost everything that you can try. Try party designs, try social media design, try this one, try this one, try everyone and see the one that you can do best. Because left, so someone like him, like he wants to be designing only for prints, like want to be designing only prints. and the person actually good with normal types of design, like social media design, and he just wants to settle down because maybe that's what he heard that it's paid more. I think when you're starting, try everything. Try prints, try packaging design, try anything that you can try at that moment. Then when you started getting this one, okay, this is where I can decide to focus on now. Because there was a time I tried reaching down to only logo designs because I heard that look okay, not that I heard that we all know that logo designs pay more. Then I tried settling down with just logo design and that's branding. But I got a client that was paying me better than what logo design was paying me at that moment. So you see that if I had decided to settle down with just only logo designs, I would have missed out on the flyer design that would have paid me more than what the logo design I was trying to settle down for. So I think niching down as the beginner, I don't advise beginners to niche down. Try everything, then see which one works best for you. At least you should be versatile as a designer. You should be able to work do many types of design as a beginner first before you decide, okay, this is where I want to settle. I think that's the first one. Then the second mistake that most beginners make is just would I say not looking up to anybody. You should have a designer that you feel like, okay, this is the person I'm trying to look up to. This is the person I'm looking up to. Don't copy them. Like try to look for a way that you can pick up one or two from them. Don't just be I'm my own, but I can do this on my own. If you have somebody that can guide you, you have a mentor. In as much as I never had a mentor when I was starting, I know it affected me a lot because most of the things I had to figure it out myself. But if I had somebody that I could ask, okay, how can I do this? How do you do this? I think that made my journey easier. Then the third thing I would say is trying to do everything at the same time. Like trying, let's say you're trying to build yourself on, let's say, Instagram now, and at the same time you're trying to build yourself on Twitter, you're trying to build yourself on TikTok, you're trying to build yourself on this. If you want to build yourself online, at least should like one or two platforms that you can set and build first. Like I think when we started with Instagram. I think it was only Instagram we were working on then. So we are trying to build the Instagram, build our Instagram. I think that was it. I built my Instagram to a certain level, and okay, I have to add another one now. So if you are moving from one social media to another, you see that you don't have anything. At the end of the day, none of them is working for you. But if you're a Twitter person, go to Twitter or X, yeah, Twitter or X. If you're an Instagram person, but I think everybody should have at least, and your Instagram should be your maybe where you have post your work. I think everybody should have that one as the basic something. Then if you are good with LinkedIn, you can go on LinkedIn, you can go on Facebook. But just don't do too many at the same time. Just choose one or two that you can settle on at the beginning phase.
That, you said something about generalizing faith. That that's you're starting out to do everything and then you about generalize voice that just go straight to like how would you know that's what when you try this, try that, try everything, that's when you this one, this one, after this one, that that's nice. What is that something? I think the second one is fine. But anyhow, we can so like what changes do you make in your career? Like what changes do you make in your career? That's that was enough for you to buy a car with that.
Okay. I think that's basically me wanting to get something for myself. Like I set goals for myself. I was like, I want to achieve so thing at so time. So in my career as a graphic designer, okay, let's say my personal life, I always wanted to get a car before I graduate from university. So when I was in my 100 level, I was like, before I would graduate, I would get a car for myself. It was when I said it, then it was more like something like this guy just talking like that. Was one of my friends was in media. I was like, before we graduate, so I'll get a car so that okay, or this kind of stuff. So then it was more like setting a goal for me, and like that, the first thing I had to do was to set a goal. This is what I want to achieve by so time. Yeah, as maybe at a point, it felt like this is not something I can achieve again, but I kept on believing that I can do this thing. Then, coming to graphic design, because it was from graphic design I got my car. So coming to graphic design, I knew that this is what I want. And for me to get here, I had to do things that I had to, like, if you should check out, I know we were building, I can remember it was me, you, and one other guy then. What's the name of this guy on Instagram? I knew we were posting daily then, we were showing up then. So I knew that I had to build myself, I had to show up. Then I was showing up on Instagram, yes. We were posting every day, I was posting every day, trying to build my page, then trying to learn more clients. Then I was learning clients, then I was handling, but the kind of clients I was learning was not the kind of people that would give me the kind of money I'm actually looking for. People I had clients that were paying me then. I think one was paying me 30K for 10 designs. One was paying me 40K for 10 designs. So I had money coming in from different people. If you should, at the end of the day, if you calculate 30K, 40K, 50K coming in from different people, that's his highest in a month. Let's say in a good month, maybe like 200K or so. But if you should check, it's not enough. I just knew I had to try something different. That was when I moved to creating logo designs. Then the logo designs were working out for me. I was branding. I was making money from brand editing design. I think then there was a project I charged like 200K. There was one I charged like 300. I like, money is coming, like, just from working on just one project like this. You're making some amount of money compared to what you would make as a flyer designer. But it was still there. It was still there for me. Like, let's say you're making 200K from a branding project, or let's say 300K or 500K. But if you check, after buying maybe things, yeah, I'm a student, obviously, I'm feeding myself, and you know how school stress is. You're buying this, you're buying that. At the end of the day, you see that you don't have enough to take home, because feeding alone is going to take approximately, like, let's say, 30 to 40% of your money if you're making 500K monthly. So you're talking about rent, you're talking about this. You just know that you have to get out of your comfort zone and you want to get more. So it's not something that I would say I did it for myself. Me getting a maybe high paying client was something I did, like, maybe I had to go to their DM and send them. No, it was still something like me trying to get better. I went on X. I went on X then. I was still posting my logo design. I was posting my flyer designs. I created. Okay, I think the post that got me the client I was working with was one design I did. I think I finished doing a branding design for the person. Then I had to give them a free social media designs as the package. I just had to do social media designs for them. And when I was done, I just posted it because I liked their brand, their colors, and I posted it on my Twitter. Then the woman reached out. Then we are now working. So I'm currently working with. I've been working with them for like a year plus now. So the company, like, they are in outside the country. So we've been working. I've been looking for other people to work with. From working as a flyer designer for them, now I do motion designs for them, and they get to pay in dollars. Yes. So it was not something, or not just something I just woke up one day and say I want to get this, I want to get that. So money was coming in, and I knew that I have to save. Actually, not just getting the money. You know that one thing that the part that we see, that we still have to be we still have to be financial literate for us to be able to handle money, because money is not something that you just wake up. Maybe if I should even give you 10 million naira now, you see, before the end of the day, you see that there is nothing you can account for the money. You've already spent it on this, spent it on that. So when we are still learning graphic design, we should also learn how to handle money, have the money mindset. Because if you don't have that money mindset, you see that you be comfortable with where you are. Let me give you an example. Let's say now, if a client should come to you and ask you now, okay, this is this, I want you to work on so thing for me. Let's say a foreign client that you don't even know, okay, this person is a foreign client. I want you to work on something. Your mind will not tell you to charge this person. Maybe your mind will be like, okay, if I charge this person 50,000 naira for one flyer, it's going to be too much. If I charge this person 2,000, it's going to be too much. It's your capacity, like your capacity of your mind is the amount that you know that your mind can carry. That's what you're going to tell them. Because for you to tell somebody now to pay you 100K for a flyer, I don't think anybody here will be able to have that mind to say, okay, pay me 100K for this particular flyer. I can be able to charge you 100K for a flyer. So you have to accept that I can make money from this thing. There's money in design. I can charge certain amounts from design. If I should ask most of us here now, let's say, how much do you think you can make from design? You see some people are saying 200K, they're saying 300K, they're saying 500K. for me now personally, if you should ask me how much do you want to make from design, yeah, if you check, I most times on my Twitter I post $1 million, I post a millionaire, all this kind of billionaires, all this kind of thing. It's not just me trying to just say, it's just say it just for say it's me trying to restructure my mind that my mind can actually carry this amount of money. Because if your mind cannot carry that amount of money, you'll not be able to tell your client that this is the amount I want to charge you for something. So it's try not fear money. That's the word I'm looking for. Not fear money. Like money should not scare you. Where some people hear 1 million naira and I'm like, oh, 1 million naira for a design. Like how? But it should be able to have that money mindset. I can charge this amount, I can charge this amount. If others are charging it, I can charge it too. And I think another thing that helps me was being in a space whereby designers are saying, okay, yeah, I made so amount of money. Because if you come on Twitter and I hear many people saying, I made $3,000 from this project, I made so amount. So if you keep on hearing those kind of things, you believe that it's possible for me to make this amount from design. So that was it for me. Then I got a paying gig that was paying me then. So I just had to save. I also had to gather money, and this is something I wanted for myself at the moment. I wanted a car, so I just had to save up and get a car. So it was solely graphic design money. It was God, and it was God, because left for me alone, I could not do it on my own, and I don't think any of us here can be. I will not say I positioned myself, because I mean most of us here have been positioning themselves since and it's not working. Maybe you try this, you try that, you try this, but it was just God for me. God has to just God has to just place me at the exact spot for the person to contact me, for me to have from working with just that one person and working like 3 brands like outside the country. So it was not something I did just on my own. So I wouldn't want to take all the credit.
Yeah, there are some things that I was trying to because yes, I want to say something that he said so does not mean uh, like I said before, but now you that get over even said it like it's not what you expect. Sometimes like you plan out like and the thing is what you do not realize you can if you come to you for like really wanting one flyer, they're actually testing if they can trust you with a bigger when somebody comes to you like flyer, just to that person, your work will always speak for you. That no matter how much they speak. I saw it from some he asked that what the problem was. Expensive, like client one. So like when the client now said, okay, sorry, but it's not supposed to be that way. Forgetting all the things that you come to realize um, somebody, regardless of what amount they pay, should always keep in mind that wherever that work goes, whenever someone asks who design this, or that, even if someone is paying you 1K, as long as you are agreed, whether you are paying for that amount, whether it's 1K, 5 naira, as long as you accepted that, don't deny it, because that will, there's no time that person will say, okay, it's FY design this for I pay 5K, that's why nobody's going to, but everybody just FY. So it's still going to be your work. So even if it's just one flyer, like design, like your work, with time, you will see that what that flyer. It's just like so you don't go automatically. That eventually you will go. Every design that you do, that's that. So clients will come back, they come back, or someone might see that design. Yeah, that's something to also. Yeah. Another thing you said was like said something that was flyer design. You said something about I can't remember that one. Why? I think But anyhow, let's go to the let's go to it. For people that think a lot of people actually think graphic design cannot get a lot of I will not say people, a lot of Nigerians think graphic design cannot get I saw your post when you posted like someone someone commented, I think it commented that say here when you want to know like that. We dey wait when you go to like that. Like something around that thing. But the thing is, a lot of people think that graphic design basically, let me say, digital skills cannot buy you a car. What advice do you have for this?
Okay, I think that okay, I don't know. This same issue is still going on Twitter, like when someone say that you cannot make a millionaire from graphic design. So it's still the same thing that we are talking about. Most designers they don't believe that they can make that amount, and that's what I've been saying. It's all about the mindset. If you think you cannot make it, I don't think you can make it because even if a millionaire client should come to you now and be like, how much do you charge? You still mention maybe 10K for the person that wants to pay a millionaire. So it's all about the mindset. If the person believes that they cannot get such amount of money from graphic design, they will not get it. Because when I that period I posted my car, because like when I got my car, I posted my car on Twitter. Even some people that knew me like make I talk to it really give me the money. It's you see that Nigerians we have this mentality problem that it's only from fraud that we can get money. Design, there is tech, there is people that are developers there. People are making money on the online space, and I think at this point, if anybody still thinks that you cannot make money from legal work, I think the person's mindset should be very very bad. Because graphic design, whatever you do, I don't even say I'm not just going to put it only to graphic design. If you can sell something and you are making 100K from that thing, I don't see any reason why you cannot make a millionaire from that thing that you are selling for 100K. I don't see a reason why you cannot make even somebody that is frying akara now, an akara woman, if the woman should package herself well, she'll make a millionaire from that same akara business that we think that this person cannot make a millionaire from. So I just think the mindset. Can you do this? How can I do this? If you hear people are talking about okay, I made so amount of money, instead of you going ahead to doubt that okay, this thing is not possible. This question, how were you able to do such a thing? How are you able to get ever a million? I've worked on projects that are over more than a million naira, 2 million naira, 3 million naira. I've worked on projects that gave me like money that if you should tell me like maybe last year that I'll be working on this kind of project, I wouldn't even believe. So it's all about mindset. Change the kind of people that are around you, just look for people like me personally. Now I'm looking for the kind of people I have around me, and people that maybe let's say now we are okay with maybe millionaire, but I'm looking for people that are okay with making 100 million, are okay with making 1 billion. Like how will they say that you cannot make 1 billion naira from graphic design and you're my friend? I know it sounds impossible, like making a billionaire from graphic design, making such amounts from graphic design. But if you should see people, okay, let me give you an example now. Let's say if you look at all these graphic designers that are outside the country, let's say in the US or somewhere like that, so that these people are making, you'll be like maybe in their bad mood, yeah, I'm hearing someone say I made only 20K this year. $20K is like around, that should be like 30 something million naira. If you should make 30 something million naira in a year from graphic design, and it's a bad year for them, making 20K a year and it's bad for them. Imagine that you are in their shoes now. Let's say you are here now in Nigeria making money, making that 20K a year from their country. Like that's a normal designer in their country now. What you should be thinking about is how do I get myself to be in the shoes of okay, since people outside the country in their bad moods, in their bad day, they're making 20K. If I can make myself to be like them, or maybe position myself as how they position themselves, even if I'm guessing bad, I'm not making much money this year, bad as the bad, you're making 5K. 5K, $5,000 is around 7 million or 8 million naira. So you see that we have to just change the way we think. The mindset is a problem for me. If you should ask me, it's just the mindset. Because if you should think, I don't see a reason why we cannot stay here in Nigeria and we are making money like them that outside the country. Me now, personally, now I'm looking for a way that I can position myself to be not Nigeria as a Nigerian again, as somebody that it will like as a graphic designer, but in the US or maybe in another country. Like that's how I'm trying to package myself now, so that will attract people that would, even if they're not paying me well, they are paying you $2,000. They're paying you. Do you understand? So it's mindset something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that you talked to me, like, you reached that point, I kind of remember the question I wanted to, the thing I wanted to say about. I actually felt before I even came to that. I have a brother like that. Like, he's in Nigeria, graphic designer. Actually, producing, actually talking to people like me, but you never see him in Nigeria graphic design space. Like, he's not there. But we live together, but like, he's not targeting one targeting. So no, I don't think. I think it's only when he started out that a client paid him. Aside that, he has never received any naira. It's always been pounds, dollars, euros. Like, he's not targeting any Nigerian. That's how we. So it's possible that you're in Nigeria, you position yourself to do that. It actually takes time, but like, you can do it. It's that one is better. But then, aside keeping that aside, whether you're still in Nigeria, it's still very possible to be in Nigeria. And a lot of people think, okay, I I charge, for example, let's say I charge 15K for a flyer, for example, then a client wants 20 flyers, then I want to beat it down a bit. Let's say I beat it down like 10 or 12K, let me just say 10K. So 15 flyers to 10K will be like 150. So when the person wants to say this, it's like, more. Why are you going to charge 150 for like 15 flyers? Like, you start questioning yourself. Why is he going to do this? Because the amount is not sounding big. Okay, let me even increase it a bit. Let's say the person needed 50 flyers, he charged 10K. You'd be like, oh, for 50 flyers, am I going to charge 500? That's okay, people. My mama know they had 500K. That kind of mindset. So, like, that's why I love to say the Nigerian clients. You know, the person that is telling you that they need 50 flyers, they tell you that they don't have a budget. So, two things are going to happen when you pay them your actual price. Okay, I'm going to charge you 500K for this project. Either they tell you, okay, done, and they pay you, or they tell you, okay, we don't have our budget is not 500K, let's say we wanted to, and it's reasonable, maybe you can still work. But sometimes you just say, you just be scared. Like you said, don't be scared of your price. Sometimes you just be scared and you just give them a lower price. Not that you wanted to charge them that, not that they have not paid you more, but because you feel like both of you are Nigeria and the economy is bad for you, it will not be bad for them. Because you feel like it's bad for you, you just charge maybe like 50K, 100. You don't want to charge too much because you feel like, oh, my mama needs a charge like this. So I don't know. You should, for me, I feel like everybody should correct that mindset. You see, when it comes to foreign clients, they
Yeah.
have the they have full chest to deal anybody. But even if you are in Nigeria, the Nigerian client reaches out to you, the same price. That's why when people tell me, when I before people used to ask me how much did I charge a US person for no amount, I say have you been charging? I was have you been charging Nigerians? It's like, yeah, I've charged for I've charged for. Then your price is your price. That's how me I think of it. The same amount I'm going to charge a US person, the same amount I'm going to charge in Nigeria. So everybody just take it. That's how I like to give my price. So once you are taking your price, okay, I'm charging
if
Nigerian 20K,
if
then I'm charging American $20. Once you are changing it, it's
if
not just pounds.
if you
That's
are
what it
if you are going with this your method of price, because okay, we're not talking about price in this session, not about price, but if you are going with this method of price that you're talking about, I think it's going to affect you in the long run, because if what you're charging this person is what you're charging this same person, personally for me, that's not how I do, that's not how I structure my price. Let's say someone reach out to me now, first I have to understand where you're coming from. If you're coming from my Instagram, I should know that, okay, you've seen me as somebody that is maybe, okay, this guy is good, this guy has like so amount of followers, he's like a big designer, and oh, like you're already coming with that mindset, this person is not somebody that I'm going to charge me so amount. So then if you're coming from my WhatsApp, anywhere you're coming from, I mean, I have to do my small background check to know how much I'm going to charge this person. If I check and maybe your phone number is from a country, let's say your phone number is from the UK or from the US, now I know that, okay, these countries are like first world countries, and I know that their minimum wage here and maybe here in our country is not going to be the same thing. I will not be charging what I'm charging in Nigeria. the same thing. If somebody, maybe let's say someone from Kenya reached out to me, I'm like, okay, these people like they're almost like Africa, but they're a bit better than they're Africans, but they are better, a bit better than Nigerians. I'll be like, okay, I'll charge this in so amount. I do that background check. I cannot have the same price for everybody, but you just have to. If not, you'll be missing out on deals that are supposed to pay you more. If you are from the UK, I will charge you more than I will charge somebody that is from Kenya, even from India. So you have to try and make that adjustment, because if you keep giving them the same rate, it's going to affect. Not everybody
But
can pay the same amount. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I don't think you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't charge the same rate like for every client. Yeah, there are things that you
Okay,
have to look at. So you look at
okay, okay.
how
Uh,
business person wants to do and all of it. But like in that category, okay, the size of the business of the person in Nigeria and the size of the business person in whatever country, I give you the same price. I'm not scared of if I'm going to charge you, let's say 40,000 for a flyer. I'm not saying because you're from UK. I'll tell the same Nigerian. You saw my work, that's why you reached out. If you have reached out to anybody, okay, this is the same price I'm pricing. Maybe you tell me, okay, one thing I don't like to hear, person is telling me, you know the economy, it's affecting me, so I don't want to hear it. So once you're telling me, you know the economy, yeah, I'm not your client, I'm not your guy. So the thing is, literally, it's hard everywhere, and it's not hard for everybody, right? That's not hard for everybody, but it's hard everywhere. Some people in the US, maybe everybody they UK, okay. So like some people in the UK and the US, like they're actually having tough times too. They get to pay a lot. Sometimes most of the people that will reach out, I don't know for you guys, but some of the people that reach out to me from the UK, they're even Nigerians that are staying there. So like you have to consider this. They pay them good years, but like they still have a lot to pay. You come to think of it, it's kind of like on the same level with a Nigerian person. So if I know the size of the business, I know your target, what you're targeting and all, in Nigeria, the same thing I'm going to charge you, the same thing I'm going to charge person that has that same goal and everything. Person that's in US, Dubai, wherever you're staying. I'll give you the same price. I'm not going to say okay, because it's a white person or because it's a foreign person, I have to add like you say $5 for the person. No, I don't do that. The same price is the same price. Sometimes I like to, if I want to even adjust anything, I have a lot of friends in and out of the country that so like I kind of like go to those kind of people, okay, see someone from your country, in your country, how do they charge for this kind of thing? So, like let's give me an idea. So I can now know okay, I can adjust. But normally it is just like something that I already know, okay, this price can work for both of them. Then I think that thing makes a lot of food not sustainable because if you start charging Nigerians lower, because you feel like oh well, Nigerian country will suffer. Tinubu is not Tinubu will keep eating chicken. It's none of your business. Like if you keep charging Nigerians lower because you feel like you know what if solo Nigerians that keep reaching out? It
if
means a lot. Like
if
I don't think you have
if
to understand.
we if we want to if we want to go down if we want to go down, that means it's going to let's say you charge maybe someone outside the country. Let's say you charge a US client like for like let's say $30 or $50 for a flyer, which they would pay for a $50. They can pay $50 for a flyer, but which Nigerian lady can pay you up to 70K for a flyer design? So that I think that's the issue. For me, I just have a base that I charge Nigerian. Like if it's minimum of so amounts, I cannot go beyond this for a Nigerian client. But if you are trying to charge the two countries the same thing, I don't think it's going to work because this
Okay,
person now,
let me just put it like this in an easy way.
yeah.
Even if you're not charging the same thing, okay, now that you brought limits, I think it should be the same limit. Okay, this is the limit I can
Yeah,
charge
yes,
Nigerian for
the limit, yes, the limit should be set. Yes.
that what I'm trying to say. Like if
Okay, all
the
right.
lowest is 20K, so the lowest I can also go. Let me also so now US now the lowest. No, that way you say, oh, this is too much. You are reducing it to the lowest. The minimum should be like same. What I'm trying to say. The first price might not be the
All
same, but
right.
like if they are down for any reason, you still be like same level. Don't say okay, this one is lower. And still like there are still people. So, I know some people like I think most of the people that are making the business they are not passionate. Like I'm not saying they're not passionate. They don't care. Like they just want their own is just to get it. They want to just get the money. But people scam. Even graphic designers, some of them are scammers. So I've seen many situations where a person will charge more than what they can deliver. They charge huge amounts of money. They're like, they're delivering legal approach. They are not even giving the project their effort. Most of the time, when the client pays in full, they are charging a client like 800 and something, and the client just pay you one. First of all, you go and buy this, buy that, buy. Then when you are doing project, you feel like, oh, this guy don't let me do this. But it's not, that's not good. Like I said before, your work will always speak for you. Even if that client is not coming back, when somebody has them who designed it, they will always point to. They're not going to point to their fault, that their product, that they will point to. So now coming to like, I think you have just like about three questions. Although it's not like three questions, but like I think you have answered almost everything from our previous topic. Let me just still give you the rest. I would have asked what have been your most rewarding project, but I think you said that. Then yeah, clients that want to underpay. I think all of us we know the answer of that one. Or do you have a way of dealing with clients that want to underpay? Like you don't have up to the amount. For me, I feel like it's the same answer. If that was my amount, except I enjoy the project, maybe I can accept and work on
It's
it. But like, I don't think. But what do you think? For clients that underpay, how do you handle it?
Personally for me, like I just know that there is for me now. If I want to start looking at people and be like this person, I want to work with this, I want to work. Okay, let me consider. It's not going to work because the bar is already set there. Total amount is the amount I cannot cross for this thing. If it happens that you really want to work with me, I would give you my price that you work with me. If let's say your budget is not enough, okay, I can recommend it to people. I have people that I have, okay, let's say your budget is so amount. I have people that are within that budget that can refer to you that can work on it and maybe even deliver better than I can do. Because as it stands currently now, my the minimum I can take to work with a brand is set high. Like I just put it high so that I will not be working with everybody. Because if you just leave it like that, now you see that you're working with this person, you're working with this person, and you get burnt out. So I just have a minimum price that if this other person, if you are not offering me up to this amount, I cannot work with you. So if you come and you want to work with me, I was like, okay, I have people that I know that are good that can still deliver more like I can deliver for you. Yeah, that can work on this project for you. So instead of just chasing them away, I can channel them to people that are under me. I have designers that are with me. I have my friends, I have people, I have students that are under me that I can say, okay, this person can work on this kind of project. And because it's that okay, in cases that there are different cases that it has happened, one has to come back and pay me the amount that I was asking for. The other ones then they could not pay. So they had to go with people that I recommended for them to work with that could work with that budget. So it's instead of chasing them away, I just give them to people that can work for that amount.
I've actually outsourced a lot of work. I have this group of like mini designers that like anytime someone is reaching out to work with me on the project and their price is not up to my standard, I just kind of tell them I have this group. Like it's just like a mini group of I think about like 12 people that whenever I have this project that I don't want to work for, not the price, or when I'm busy, I just kind of I'll talk to them. I have that exactly. Then what do you think is one thing that a lot of designers ignore, but it actually brings money? But nobody does it, but it brings money, brings clients. I'm saying a lot of people that do it, they are very minimal, but it actually brings. I think I have an answer to this one, but like, what do you think? Did you
Yeah,
get the
I
question?
couldn't hear you well.
I said
No, I
like,
didn't get the question.
what do you think is one thing that designers ignore, but it actually brings clients and it actually brings money? What do you think?
Okay, I think designers do ignore the fact that you can have, how do I put this in a way that is going to make sense now? Okay, I think designers ignore the fact that you can actually work with people. Like let's say in a situation whereby you can't work on this project, you can give it to one of your friends that that can work on it, and then you take your cut, maybe take your share from the money instead of turning away the client, like we said earlier. Now, you can still have people that, let's say a project comes to you and you are not free to work on it. Okay, you can give it to your friend. Okay, work on this. I will take 10%. I will take 20%. I will take 30%. I will take. It depends on how much that's coming from the project. So collaboration, yeah, you can collaborate. I can take a project now that I know. Okay, yeah, instead of turning away the project, I can take it and give it to somebody else to do and take my cut from the project. So that's it. You cannot, maybe it must not be the one to work on that project for you to be able to make money from it. So we should learn how to have people that work under us or work with us, not under, maybe with us or partner or something like that.
That's a good one. For me, I feel like one thing that a lot of designers escape with actually bring clients is, let's say, incorporating life into what they're doing, like not living their life. Like they have two lives. There is your life and then there is design life. When you merging these both, you actually bring more clients. What I mean is, for some designers, who they are when they are talking about their project is different from who they are when they're talking about themselves. But it should be one person. And when you post, you should always use personal experience. This is what I'm trying to say. Talk from his perspective of experience. I've actually seen this. This is how it works. That's a case studies, yeah. And talk with proof. A lot of people ignore proof. They ignore what's it called? Feedbacks. Right? Sometimes you just do design for a client and there is no feedback. Sometimes just thank you and if I should give you one hack right now, right? Everybody that is here, everybody that wants the video, one hack that would work for you. When you start working with, before you even start working with the client, once you discover, okay, this is what we want to work on, you should try to go into that client business. Some people will say ask them questions, but sometimes questions can be boring and annoying. Even without asking questions, you should try to look at, okay, this is what they were doing before. And when you are done with the design, give them time, then look at what they are doing after. So then you can now post, okay, this was the before I came in, and this was when I came out. Like after I did this for them, they started achieving this. Let's say they were selling 2 bottles of Zobo daily. But after the design that you made for them, after the branding of the Zobo brand and the flyer, the banner, everything that you did, it changed their way and they started selling 10 bottles daily. That's also that's something you can post. Some people they just ignore all of this, just design and that's it. Before you design for a client, right? If it's for a brand, check what the brand they're doing. Okay, this was what they had. Even down to like engagement. They were having low engagement, but after I started working with them, their engagement increased. You don't know what that does for you. When you start posting all those real life instances, okay, this why instead of just posting your flyer, posting how it works, like showing what your flyer actually does. When you start doing all of those, people will start reaching out to you. You can sell yogurt, nobody knows. Okay, nobody really know what that yogurt is doing, so they don't want to buy. But if you start explaining, okay, this guy was fat before. After I took my yogurt, he started losing weight, and if you can actually show real life samples and somebody can actually stand and say, yes, it happened, then trust me, you get more clients, you get more projects, you get more money. You just have to like know when to use real life instance.
Yeah, it's yeah, what you're saying is true. Like, it's more like building your personal brand. Like let people know you for who you are. Like share like who is FY the icon. Like how, because most people tend to work with people they know, like people that they, okay, this guy, like, yeah, you just want to get to know you, and if you want to get to know your clients too, it works both ways. So yeah, I think it's a very, very valid one. Get to know what they like, how they like it, how the project is going, how what they've been doing. It's a very, very valid one, yes.
Yeah, then the second to last question is, if we're starting today, we're to start, let me just take a time today. We're to start graphic design all over again. What are the steps you think you take to help you get your first 100K?
Okay, if I'm to start again, like if I start today now, what the first thing I'm doing is to go online, because most people just be like, they just rest on maybe having the few clients they get from maybe their WhatsApp, working with family members and working with those things, and maybe working offline. Go online, like if you're a designer, any designer that is coming to work on that, is coming to meet me, or like, do you have an Instagram? Do you have where you post your work? you have to show up for people to see you. If I was not showing up, if I did not show up, I wouldn't be the one talking to you today. So you have to show up, get seen by many people as many people as you can get people to see you, talk about your work, like be open about what you do, tell people I'm a designer. If anywhere we see you, we should know that you're a designer. Some people are designers and we don't even know they are designers. So if I'm starting out today, I'm creating my Instagram accounts, I'm posting on my social medias, I'm showing up, I'm posting my works. So that's the first thing that's the first thing I would do to be able to get my first 100K. And I know if I show up and post my designs, actually I forgot to add that you have to learn what you're doing. So that's one again.
Okay, that's valid. Then the last question I usually ask everybody that I talk with. So this is a signature for me. If you had an advice that you could like send to every creative, that, an advice that was guaranteed that okay, this will reach every creative in the world right now, right? It was guaranteed that that advice will get not just graphic design, but everyone in the creative space. What would you tell them?
Can you come again?
Like, if it was guaranteed that you just had one advice, give every creative, and it will get to them, the whole world, Nigeria and outside of it, what would you say to them?
Okay, I think it would be you. Share your work. Like be proud of the kind of designs you do. Okay, okay. Let me try and structure that because some people that can be comfortable posting normal designs, maybe not wanting to get better. Okay, let's say be you. Show up to people's feet. I am very very particular about showing up, coming up, post your work, talk about your crafts. Let us know what you do. Don't just be a designer, don't just be a creative and you are just creating for people in your family or creating for people in your community. Go public, let the whole world see you for what you do, who you are, and let's just get to know you. Don't just post them, design your work and you're okay with being where you are. Another thing is always want more. Always strive to be better than you were yesterday. You cannot be making 100K as a designer and you're okay. You cannot be making 1 million naira as a designer and you're okay. You cannot be making 10 million naira as a designer and you're okay. Strive to be more. Like try to get more. If you're making 10 million naira from graphic design, I believe you can make 20 million naira from graphic design. If you're making 20 million naira, you can make 100 million naira. So always strive to go further than you are already. So that's it for me.
Yeah, you can make 10K, you can make 100, you can make 100.
Yes.
That's how it keeps going. Anything that can make you 10
Yes.
naira can make you 100 naira. That's
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
keeps
yes.
going. So like,
Don't just be satisfied. Don't just stay
yeah,
and okay because you are making money and you just relax. No, want more for yourself. That's the way you can grow. If not, you just be at a particular level for a long period of time, which is not good.
it's never good. So yeah, that will bring the session to an yes, to a pause, to an end. Let me just say to an end. That will bring it to an end. And for those of you that don't know the person that was speaking, CC the creator, CC the creator on every platform. It's on Instagram. I don't know if it's on Pinterest, but it's on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, so Instagram and Twitter. So if you want to know more about him, you can follow him. And that's it for tonight. And thank you for coming. Thank you guys for being here. And
All right. Thank you so
people
much
that
for
want to
having me here today.
I think it's us actually. Thank you. Gratitude. Like, okay, but say I'll give you Predator, but I'm not here with you. I don't even take anything. So thank you. And that'll be it. So you guys have a great night. The video will be coming on
Uh,
YouTube soon. And there is a video already on YouTube for our podcast. Those of you that are not here, can always watch. Yeah. Have a great night. Thank you once again.
all right. Thank